Hello, beautiful humans. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to give you guys a free yoga class. I know there's a lot of people out there that are kind of questioning whether they want to start yoga. They are wondering what a yoga class is all about. And so I thought I would give you a free class. It's very basic. It's all level. You won't need anything. As you see, I'm in a hotel room. And the way I teach is sort of spiritual. So I want to kind of show you a little bit about how I teach, and hopefully you enjoy it. So I use tarot cards for my class. First of all, I want to tell you that one of the things I've been practicing is drinking tea. I'm in a hotel. I don't have a lot of choices. So I'm actually drinking the Sweet Dreams Bigelow. I know it's not organic or anything, but it helps to kind of calm you down and get you ready for practice. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. I'm using my computer, so I'm not like a pro or anything. I'm just using basic equipment. I'm trying to show you guys about yoga and meditation and stuff like that. So anyways, what I was saying is I use tarot cards, and I kind of asked for the wisdom of tonight's practice. And the card that I pulled is the Hermit. I'm going to show you this guy. So he's kind of walking through the darkness. He's got this light that's kind of shining his path. And so the deck that I'm using is Your Tarot, Your Way. And I'm going to read you the passage out of here. Because usually, and this kind of pertains to the video I'm doing, because you're new to yoga, and usually when people come to yoga, they're looking for a way to start something new, to make changes in their life. So this is a perfect card for this. So let me read this to you. When we are confused and we turn to others for advice, there always comes a time through any dilemma when you have to stop listening to others and make your own decision. The Hermit card marks a time of withdrawing from others. It suggests that you turn inward, think about what you've heard, read, and experienced, and put it all together to create a picture of the truth as you see it. This truth will be yours and yours alone, and it will light your path. Depending on how bright your light or how thick the darkness around you is, you may only see the next step, and that's okay. That's all you need to know, because the even bigger lesson here is that the person you are now is not capable of the vision that you're moving towards. With each step, you become a person capable of a larger vision. It will be revealed to you as you are transformed, and that's exactly what yoga does. It works to transform you in many ways, body, mind, and spirit. So I want us to just take a couple of seconds. Hopefully you found a place in your house where you're undisturbed. All you need is a yoga mat. And so just sit down on your mat, and we're just going to close our eyes for a second and just take a few breaths. In through the nose. And either out through the nose or the mouth. Sometimes we have excess energy, and it feels better just to let it go out of the mouth. And as you're breathing, you're just trying to let your shoulders drop away from your ears, straighten the spine, and then soften all the muscles in your face. And just be present with your breath, the inhales and the exhales. So as you continue this breath, I want you to just keep your eyes closed and just know that this is a time for you to take a second to really think about what you're trying to get out of this practice. Maybe there's some sort of issue that you're working through. Maybe you are trying to gain some flexibility. Maybe you're trying to deal with stress. Whatever that is, just kind of take a second to bring that into your mind's eye and just set your intention for your practice. Just breathing. And just slowly start to open your eyes. So this practice is going to be very basic. I'm going to do some of the most basic moves, and what you need to do is just really think about how your body feels when you're doing these, and make any adjustments that you need to make yourself feel comfortable. So if you're just starting, some of these, there's going to be some balance stuff, and there's going to be just some movement of your whole body to get your energy moving, because what happens is our energy gets stagnant in our bodies and causes issues, physical and emotional and spiritual. And when you're first starting, we're trying to release all those. It's almost like giving yourself a massage, like an inner massage. So enjoy the class. I'm going to try to explain them as best I can. So just find yourself on your mat. And we're actually going to stand up. Feet together, knees together. And you're just going to stand in just a normal position and try to straighten your spine. Take a few breaths here. So what you're trying to do is establish your balance on your feet. And align your body, right? Align everything from your top of your head all the way down to your feet and your heels and your toes. Go ahead and bring the hands all the way above the head. So you're going to reach through your fingers, stretch your fingers out, reach all the way up, really, really high, all the way, lifting your shoulders up out of your arms up and your shoulders up. Long stretch to the sky. And as we release, we're going to take the arms out, flip the palms down, and come all the way down to the floor, as far as we can go. So when you first start, this might be kind of hard, and that's okay. If you can only reach your shins, that's fine. You're just trying to release everything forward. So if you need to brace your arms kind of sideways and bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. But you're trying to release your head down, your shoulders, everything forward. And breathe. And come all the way back up. Bring the hands all the way back above the head. Reach, 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 high as you can. We're going to do this a couple of times just to get the body moving. Exhale. Do the same thing. Bring the arms out to the side, and we call this a swan dive, all the way down to forward fold. Ultimately, you're trying to reach the floor, grab the back of your ankles. Using that breath to help you release anything that feels tight. And all the way back up, and you can drag your hands along your body and then come all the way back up. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. This is just to get your body moving. You're just learning the postures. One more time, all the way down. And this time, grab your elbows. Let your head and neck fall forward. And then you can add a little bit of a swing from side to side. And all the way back up. Now you're going to take your hands and we're just going to turn gently side to side, not trying to control anything, just letting our bodies kind of move from side to side. Letting all the pops and the creaks and the noises that our bodies are going to make as they just are adjusting themselves to the movement. Always remembering to breathe. So I know sometimes when you first start yoga, you might get in a position and forget to breathe. So if ever you catch yourself doing that, just go ahead and let the breath come naturally. Come all the way back to center. We're going to take the hands, clasp the fingers together, and we're going to bring them up above us again and just press them out. So if it's hard for you to do this, you can always take your wrists and lift one wrist and then the other, just lifting it up again. And then releasing all the way down, forward fold. So the next thing we're going to do is just walk our hands out as far as we can and then walk your feet back. This is called downward dog. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see the form better. So what you're trying to do is press your heels down, spread the fingers really wide, and drop your head between your shoulders. And take about 3 breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. And as you're releasing that last breath, you can drop your knees down. And we're going to go into child's pose. So you're sinking your butt all the way towards your heels, reaching your arms out as far as they'll go. Keep letting your breath come natural. And then you're going to lift up all the way to where your wrists are below your shoulders, your knees are below your hips. And this is called cat-cow. So we're going to bring the middle of the back all the way up as high as we can get it, like somebody has a string and they're just pulling it to the ceiling. And then you're going to release it all the way down. So sinking your belly down, let your butt come up, head comes up. And so what you're going to do is move in between these two postures, back and forth, and you're just going to let your breath naturally flow with your movements. And at this time, I'm going to welcome you to do any other movement that feels good in your body. So if you want to rock back and forth a little bit, getting some movement on the hips, you can do hip circles. You can do hip circles and neck circles. You can take the shoulders down. Just create movement in your body, whatever feels good. Come all the way back to center, and then you're going to walk your knees up, and you're going to flip your toes back. And you're going to just sit down on top of your heels. And this is called an intense toe stretch. So if your feet start to it's too intense for you, you can always lift back up and then lift and then come back down. If it hurts your knees, you can place a blanket behind your knees. So one of the awesome things about yoga is we learn to differentiate different sensations in our body and become more aware of what's going on in our body, because we've kind of come disconnected. We don't think about those kind of things until it creates some kind of health crisis, right? Come on back up out of that. And then you're going to just turn onto your bottom again and bring your feet as close as you can to your body. This is called cobbler pose. If it's really hard for you to bring your feet all the way up, that's okay. Sometimes the knees are up really high. Just do what you can. What we're going to try to do is grab our feet, and then we're just going to shake them up and down. Just letting go of any tension that we have in the hips and the knees. And you can do this vigorously too. Always remembering to breathe. And all the way, just release them all the way down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to let the legs come up, bring them in with your hands, and then you're going to turn your hands on the inside and kind of press down on them and lean forward a little bit. Breathe in and bring the knees up. Exhale and push them down. We're going to continue like this for about a minute or so. This breath that we use during yoga, you want to be able to hear it, the sound at the back of your nasal passages. We call it the Darth Vader breath, right? Because it makes that sound like we're Darth Vader. And then the next one down, you're just going to leave your hands pressing down and just try to lean a little bit forward. Relax your head down. It's going to give you a nice stretch on the lower back. And then come all the way back up. Stand all the way up on your mat. And you're going to take your legs wide. We're going to slide the hands down the legs as far as we can go. So wide-legged fold. So the feet are facing forward. And then you're just going to release your head all the way down. Release the neck. Release the shoulders down. Push everything to the wall behind you. So you're stretching on the back of the legs. And the hands can either come down in front or they can come to the ankles, whichever feels more comfortable. If this is too hard for you, just go down as far as you can, right? Just go down to your shins. But if you do that, just let everything come forward. And then carefully come all the way back up, and you can drag your hands up to your hips. And you're just going to walk the feet in a little bit. Hands are going to come out to the side. So both feet are forward, the hands are pointing out. And all we're going to do is just lean to the left a little bit, and then you're going to just turn your left hand down to your leg, right hand comes up. Eyes are looking at the hand in the sky. Release, come all the way back up. Arms wide, and you do the same thing on the right side. So lean to the right, turn, come all the way up. Always remembering to breathe. Come all the way back to center. Now we're going to bring our hands back to our thighs and kind of grab at the top of our legs. And you're just going to squat down, right? So we're dropping our bottom down. Arms are supporting us. And you can either kind of move side to side or just drop the bottom down. You're feeling the inside of your legs, kind of the inner thigh and the groin and all that. Give a nice stretch to those. And then coming all the way back up. Now bring the arms up, open all the way, chest out, and relax the head and the neck back. All the way forward. Nice. I'm going to turn, face the left side. So your left foot is forward, your right foot is out, turn to the side. Bring the arms and hips in front of you, palms facing each other. Then you're going to bend the knee. This is called Warrior One. Turn the arms out. This is Warrior Two, keeping that bend in the front leg. Head looks forward. Then you just bend the knee back up. And then we're going to turn and face the other way. So you just turn the feet. So now the right foot is forward. The left foot is back and turned. And then you're going to put a lunge in the front leg. Palms face each other. Lift the arms up. Hips are forward. Bring the arms out to the side. Keep that bend in the front knee. This is Warrior Two. Bring the head facing the head and the hands in the front. Release all the way back up. All the way to where your feet together, hands together. And the arms all the way back above your head. Reach, reach, reach. And then bring the hands all the way into prayer. Just take a couple of seconds to Kind of feel what's going on in your body, any sensations. Maybe it feels a little bit different than it did before. Just seeing what's resonating in your body. Tapping back into that natural flow of the breath. Opening the eyes. We're going to come back to the mat. Going to be sitting Indian style. And then we're going to do something they call the Sufi grind, or I've heard it called as stir the pot. So basically you're thinking of your pelvis as a bowl, pelvis and your hips as a bowl, and then the rest of your body is the spoon. And I've seen it done both ways, so it can be very small circles right here. Or you can do really big circles, whatever you're feeling. I'm going to invite you to do whatever you feel is good. So this is really good for the digestive system. So if you feel like little burps or air coming up, that's what's happening. You're moving the intestines around. Go the opposite direction. All the way back into center. I'm going to stay in this position and bring the arms up above the head, and you're kind of flex kind of the shoulders back, and release the arms down, and then open the chest really big. You can let the head and the neck come back, so it's in, folding in, rounding the shoulders, lifting up, releasing back down, rounding the shoulders, and then opening back up. So we're going to let the breath kind of go with the flow. All the way back to center. Take the legs all the way out straight in front of you. Lift the arms up. Exhale and try to reach for your feet. Don't round your shoulders. I want you to try to reach out, like pushing your heart out across the room. So if you can't reach your feet, you can reach your ankles or your shins, whatever feels comfortable. Release that. Take your feet behind you, and then you're going to come forward on the mat with your belly all the way down. And you're just going to use the strength of your arms to lift you up. Try to suck your navel in a little bit to support your lower back. Take a few breaths here. Release all the way down. You're gonna come all the way back into child's pose. So you're sinking down the bottom, relaxing the head down. Come all the way back up, and you're gonna lay on your back. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a hamstring stretch. So all the way on your back, take your right foot to your left knee, lift up, reach and grab your behind your thigh, pull your knee towards your chest or up towards your head. Breathe. Go ahead and release that foot down, and we're going to switch sides, taking the left foot to the right knee, lifting up, grabbing behind the hamstring. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. So releasing both feet down to the floor, and you're just going to kind of widen the feet to about the width of your mat, and then just kind of alternate windshield wipering the knees across the body. Walking the feet back together, feet together, knees together. Then you're just going to drop your knees over, stacked to the left side. And if you want to, you can place your hand on your knee to hold it. The other arm is going to be teed out to the other side, and your head is looking over. And then switching sides, so rolling your hips over to the right, keeping them stacked, and then keeping the left arm open, shoulder blade to the mat, head looks over to the left. Take a deep breath in. exhale any leftover energy that you've got moving around. Rolling all the way back on your back. Pull your knees into your chest. Squeeze them into your body. If you really want to, you can rock side to side or make circles, whatever feels good. And then you're going to try to bring yourself back flat on your mat and make yourself as comfortable as possible. This is what we call Savasana. It's the corpse pose. And this is where you kind of get the juicy part of yoga. Maybe you want to place a pillow under your knees or a pillow under your head, whatever it is that's going to make you nice and comfortable. Hopefully you're in a nice, quiet room. If you're not and you want to get the full benefit of this, just pause the video and then come back to it. So let's take a few breaths in and out. And if you feel like you want that air to exit out of your mouth, feel free to do that. Really is now the time to let go. Let go of anything that's left over. Closing your eyes down, allowing yourself to have this time. Just to be in that nice, relaxed state. Continuing to breathe nice and soft. Just let all the parts of your body begin to become heavy, heavy against the mat. Just notice all the points of contact, and then notice how heavy those limbs, the hands, the feet, the hips, how all those things feel so heavy as you begin to drift into this nice, comfortable position. Finally allowing for this relaxation to come over your entire body, all the way from the top of your head. Each breath that you take, you're just going to continue to allow the breath to pull that relaxation, to pull the softness across your body as it moves down your head, down your neck into your shoulders, starting to let go of all the tense muscles. Continuing to breathe it down further still into the abdomen and the hips, letting the whole backside just melts into the mat and releasing. As you pull this softness, this ease down your body, you're drifting further into this space between awake and sleep, a place where many things can happen. You can find peacefulness, stillness, calm. It's kind of like a home inside of your body, a place where you feel comfortable and relaxed, where nothing can touch you, nothing can stress you out, where everything just feels so nice, so comfortable. As you continue to breathe, drawing that complete relaxation all the way down your legs, across your knees, into your feet, finally reaching this existence of peace. Just allowing the breath to do what it does. Each breath that you take, you fall deeper and deeper, further and further into this wonderful stillness. Drifting further, just allowing the body to let go. Let go. Let go. Just enjoying these final morsels, peacefulness. Starting to come back to your physical body, allowing the energy to move back into the body. taking note of any sensations that you felt while you were in this meditation. If you fell asleep, that's okay. It's natural for the body to do. It knows what's best, right? Just allowing now the breath. Take some breaths in and out. And start to add movement, however you see fit. Maybe moving the wrists, the hands, the ankles, the toes. Bringing yourself all the way back with ease. And as you move, I want you to start to come all the way back up into sitting position. Hands are going to be over the heart space in prayer. So take 3 more breaths overhead. Inhaling through the nose as we come up, bringing the hands above the head. Exhaling through the mouth as we come back down to heart space. Again. One more time. This time, feel free to let out a sigh. So I thank you all that have watched this video. I hope that you enjoyed either your first practice or just an additional practice. You kind of got to see the way I teach. And as a message for you to take into your daily life, I like to remember the hermit and what aspects of your life that maybe you can take some of his energy, taking some quiet time, maybe taking another yoga class or spending some time in meditation. I am available on all the social medias, and I left my information in the description. So if you want more classes, what keeps this going, what keeps this energy flowing is the reciprocation of energy. So if you like this video or you know somebody that can benefit from yoga, I have other videos as well. Please like, share. This is how people get to learn these holistic and healing practices. And it's important because, had I not seen a class or learned from somebody or heard about yoga, I probably would have never practiced. And it changed a lot of things in my life. It made me live more healthfully, and have more well-being, and definitely with my mind help process information in a more mature manner instead of reacting to things. So there's so much more I can explain, but I'm already around at about 48 minutes. So, and that was a short class. Usually I do like hour and a half classes. So if you enjoyed this, please share. And until next time, namaste.